This is the voice and face of a scammer who calls himself Edward. His real name is RJ, and he scams people for a living. He pretends to be Microsoft, and here's part of his scam.
Now, do you see here it says TCP stats for IPv4, and then it says active opens, passive opens, and then there is a one, it says current connections, and under the current connection it says 19.
And here's the voice of the person he's scamming.
So it's 19 people are in my computer?
Yes, sir. They are not in your computer. They might connect it to your other devices also.
Here he's scamming money from a disabled Navy veteran. To him, this is just another source of revenue, and he's good at collecting revenue, over $250,000 in just 9 months. The spreadsheet of his victims are colour-coded because this particular scammer isn't content with just getting one payment from them. He will contact everyone on the list again to say that they've got further problems months after the initial scam. And his website gives the impression that he represents Microsoft.
And I can explain them, then the technician will start the work, and he will gonna take approx 20 to 30 minutes. As soon as the technician will be done, you will be getting a phone call from our company, and they will gonna show you that you will not be having any problem left in your any device.
But several months after you might have fallen for one of these pop-up scams, he'd follow it up. Here he's copying his own victims' email addresses and will send them a Microsoft subscription renewal email. He will claim that Microsoft is charging $500 to renew this, and it will drive phone calls to his desk.
Now again you'll be getting the option run, and again you need to hit run, alright?
But not only will he send the emails, he will also call his former customers and tell them that they've got further problems.
Yeah, hi, can I speak to Bob? Yeah, hi Bob, how are you doing today? We was trying to reach you from the last couple of days, but didn't got a hold of you. The reason why I was trying to phone you, sir, because since the last 2 days we are receiving notification from your email that is Bob, somebody trying to access your email from China, from Wuhan, China. Do you know anybody there?
But of course Bob doesn't know anyone from China. It's because the whole thing has just been made up by our friend Arjun. But what makes Arjun's scans so unusual is that his colleagues are spread throughout India. Pandemic restrictions are no obstacle to this group because they work from home in Dehradun, Delhi and Kanpur. So as prospective victims call a number that they see on a fake virus pop-up, it will be routed to one of these cities. And their level of English is always very good. This is Jimit, who's one of Arjun's colleagues. He's in the midst of scamming an elderly US citizen, and we're going to see and hear Jimit, who calls himself Ryan, and his screen as he does this.
Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome when the alert came up?
I didn't understand what you said.
Were you using Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome when the alert came up?
Chrome.
Chrome, okay. So I'm going to open Chrome once again. So I'm going to restore the pages so that I can look into the alert, okay?
Okay, that looks like the pages.
Their fake virus alert messages don't stay around for very long, but that won't stop him from trying to steal money from this victim.
Okay, we opened this one. All right, let's see. Now, we know a few things about the alert from what I heard from you. Did you stop this one? On the screen, look at the computer screen. I've highlighted something.
Application identity?
Yeah. Did you stop this one from running?
No.
Okay. All right.
I didn't stop any of them from running.
Well, most of the Microsoft services are not running.
But if you've seen my channel at all, you know this follows a very set script. It's quite boring, in fact. What's much more interesting are the files sitting around on his PC.
Thank you very much.
No problem. And apart from this, is there anything else I can help you with today?
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. You have a great day. Thank you for calling Microsoft.
Thank you.
Among those interesting files is this one. It's a photograph taken from Jimit's apartment in Ghaziabad. And because the photograph was taken on an iPhone, it also contains some geolocation information. I know where he lives. But even more amusingly, I found the guy's resume. So what does the resume of a scammer look like? Comically, he describes himself as an associate vice president. Well, don't we all? He also claims that he set up a new BPO, business process outsourcing. That's just another word for a call centre. And I can only imagine what an e-commerce grievance cell is. And with any CV, I believe there's a bit of exaggeration going on here. He claims that his sales targets are $1.5 million per month. Somehow I doubt this. The second part of his CV just looks like a cut and paste job, with the possible exception of managing profit and loss. He certainly does this. But if I needed any more evidence of Jimit scamming, he had a register of every single phone call he'd received for the various pop-ups. It also showed that he was involved in Amazon scam phone calls and emails. Additionally, I could see that he was scamming not just people in the USA, but also Australia. And he would report back regularly to his boss about just how much money he was making. Here's the figure, nearly $500,000 for 9 months' work. And because he was with a group of about 10 scammers, maybe the $1.5 million per month figure wasn't too far off the mark. And because they could milk more and more money out of their victims, they were really keen to hang on to them. The victim was instructed to immediately ask for a password if anyone called. Without this password, they were to hang up immediately. So when Arjun spotted a note from another scamming organisation on one of his victims' computers, he wasn't best pleased. This is what happened.
This number that I can see here, it's not our phone number, sir. It's not our company number. Our company number is 888-865-8111. How much did you pay to them?
$100. You guys called me and said you were going to
No,
refund
sir,
my
that's a
money.
bogus thing. It do not happen. That's the thing we made you aware, that if someone will call you like this saying that we are going out of the business or the company got shut down.
Yeah, I know. I know the whole spiel. I've
Yeah,
heard it many
so how
times.
did you entertain the call?
The whole reason behind the password system is to prevent exactly this. Arjun wants to milk as much money as he can out of his existing customers, and if they're stolen by other scammers, he's gonna lose out. The victim lists are bought and sold by scammers all the time. They'll make more money this way.
Because I called them.
No, why did you call when you know like it's a bogus thing?
The alarm was going off.
So you have our number, sir. You need to call our number, that is 888-865-8111.
All right.
That's why,
So who called me to tell me you were sending me
sir,
a
that
refund?
is a
you billed me
bogus. That
twice.
is the thing that the bogus company do.
The irony shouldn't be lost here. Arjun is claiming that the people who called this victim, offering him a refund, are the real scammers. He doesn't mention anything about the fake virus pop-up that this 83-year-old victim has already fallen for.
They call every customer randomly, like they used to call every US citizen and tell the same story. But sir, we are not the one who created the mess. We gave you everything for your security.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
That's why we gave you the number, sir. That's
They're
why
all
we
put
gave you
out.
our toll-free number, that in case if you'll face any problem, phone us back, besides calling the different number.
The victim, quite rightly, is asking why the security that Arjun was supposed to have put on his machine didn't work. And the answer is really obvious. Arjun didn't put anything onto this victim's computer that would help him in any way.
Well, let me call the different number back and see if they tell me the exact same thing word for word.
What same thing? What same thing, sir?
The things you say over the phone are from a script.
No, I'm not reading a script.
And everybody seems to know it. You've memorized it. So I'm going to call 888-902-0206 and ask them what's going on, and maybe I'll put you guys together, unless you figure it out.
No, you need to figure out, sir. You need to understand the things.
Maybe I'll find one that puts in security that works.
Sir, the security was working. That was only a Google security warning that you got.
All right.
Sir, what, like, why you want to call other company?
Because I spent 2 hours on the phone with them yesterday putting in new security.
And keen to distance himself from all these problems, Arjun runs up Event Viewer to blame the errors on the other company.
You can see all these error and warning. They screwed up your computer, sir. Do you see here?
I see it.
So they screwed up your computer.
Oh, good. Well, let me call them and yell at them. I'll call you back.
There is no point to call them, sir.
But I'm keen never to let these scammers get away with these crimes. So I wrote to the cyber police in Dehradun, that's where Arjun lives, and I give them very detailed information about how the scam works, and particularly some people who had actually been scammed. This is something that the cyber police always ask for. I had even included photographs of Arjun's ID card, and I also volunteered to show some of the video footage that I'd captured of his scams in action. However, as usual, I heard absolutely nothing back from the cyber police in Dehradun. It was time to try and shut down the organisation myself. But before I would start this, I needed to contact the victims. I wrote an email to every one of the 500 plus people who had been scammed and encouraged them to get their money back via their bank or credit card company. At least this way, even if the firm closed down, at least some people would get their money back. I did hear from a few people who did get their money back, but I'm sure the vast majority didn't. So the next phase was to try and close them down completely. But before they closed down, I thought I'd get a little help from other scam baiters. I involved scammer Payback or Pierogi to try and wind up Arjun. The link in the top right will lead you to that video, but here's just a little snippet.
Ma'am, we do not accept target cards.
Okay, I miss your face. And he goes, love Arjun. Can you believe that? He said, I miss your face, love Arjun. Unbelievable. Yeah, he was a handsome gentleman, very smart, and we had a good connection, but you know, honestly, it didn't work out long term.
There's a link to the full video of this wind-up in the description. But Jimmet wasn't going to get off with this lightly either. For him, I teamed up with Ownage Pranks. When we were on the phone together, I released Desktop Goose. This mischievous goose wanders around the screen and pulls out pictures, including Jimmet's ID card.
It can be any device that I'm asking, sir. It can be your tablet. It can be a gaming console.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, like, I haven't unboxed it yet, but my PS4 is still in the box. There's that too.
Yeah, what's that there? There's like a, what was that? There was something on the screen there. I missed it.
Oh yeah, that.
Where is it?
Yeah, so
you see that shit, dog? That shit's been popping out for ever since yesterday, man. Like, that shit's been coming over and over again. What is that?
And Jimmet was completely silent as this little animal pulled his ID card onto the screen. Yeah, it's dragging something on the screen there.
Yeah, honestly, man, we gotta fix this computer, dog, because I can't be logging into my work and stuff on this.
What's dragging over there? I can't read that. What is that? Who's this Jim Moot guy? Who is that?
No clue.
Can you help us out? Like, how do we go ahead and just make sure that we protect it in the future, like, entirely, just to make sure that the whole network, the stove, everything is good?
You there, Ryan?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to close this thing first.
All right. Oh, it's chasing after you. Look.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know.
Honestly, like I thought maybe because I was trying to play some video games and stuff. Like there was a website called MiniClip. I don't know if that was from there or like what, but.
Am I speaking to Jim, by the way?
Jimmet, yeah, Jimmet.
No, am I speaking to Jim?
To Jim. No, I think it said Jimmet. Is it not Jimmet?
No, am I speaking to Jim? Probably your last name is Browning?
No, this is Tyrone, brother. Like.
Maybe David?
David? No.
Well, I'm confused, man. Like, just how do we fix this, please? Like, honestly, because I got to go into work tomorrow. Right? We finally ended the COVID restrictions and stuff like that. They need me to go type up all these like transcripts and stuff like that. So please.
But the game was definitely up. He even recognised my voice, sadly. I'd like to thank Scammer Payback and Ownage Pranks for helping make this video, and of course I'd encourage everyone to subscribe to their channels. The links are in the description. But because Arjun headed up this scam group, I needed to give him one last call to try and make sure he would actually shut down his organisation. Hi Arjun, this is Jim Browning here.
Sorry?
Yes, this is Jim Browning here, Arjun. Do you recognise my name?
Yes.
Right. So you'll probably know by now that I've written to all of the people that you've scammed in the last year, and they'll be claiming their money back.
Okay, sir. Not an issue.
Not an issue, okay. Well, we'll see that. I'm also going to let the police in Derridon know all about you. Is that a problem?
Yeah.
Sorry, it is or it isn't?
Not an issue, sir.
Not an issue, okay. Well, I also let them know your home address in Derridon, yeah? Is that a problem, or is that not a problem?
Do it, sir. What do you want to do? Okay.
What I want to do, yeah.
I'm not.
Okay. What I'm asking you to do.
I'm not in this business anymore.
We'll cut to the chase here. When these people try to get their money back, you will facilitate them, okay?
We are not in this business anymore, sir.
Why is that?
Because my money got, like, the person who used to give us the payment, he ran away.
I don't believe that for a second. How much money did you make out of it? Because according to the 853 people that you scammed so far this year, you seem to have made about $250,000. That's quite a lot of money for anyone.
No, sir, it's not a scam. We also do the expenses.
Excuse me? It's not a scam, did you say?
We provide the legitimate service. We tell the customer that you are paying to this company. You are not paying to Microsoft.
Do you think that just by saying we're not Microsoft that doesn't make it a scam?
We do the proper documentation.
So giving somebody a bit of paper, does that not make it a scam then? So tell me about the pop-ups then, Arjun. Tell me all about them. Is that not a scam?
Sir, this thing you need to be asked from the people who generate the calls, okay? Not from us.
No, you buy the calls.
They
divert to your call center. So if you trying to.
No. Listen to me, sir. We are very small. We are very small people. Okay, we are just earning our bread and butter. That's it.
Not. You're scamming people.
Nothing much, okay?
You lie to them.
Thank you very
much. That's a
sir.
scam. LiveMicrosoftSupport.com. Do you think that in any way looks like Microsoft's website when it's got Microsoft at the top and it's got your phone number at the top? So when you say we're not Microsoft,
that website has been closed.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. It's still live, and you still quote that to people who are scammed. I'm sure you'll take it down in just a moment. But what I really wanted to phone you about was all of your victims now know that they've been scammed, and you will help them get your money back. Okay? If you don't, all of your details are going not only to the victims but the police in Derridon.
Okay, sir. We do as I told you, we do the genuine business. Like,
you don't do genuine business. I've recorded you scamming people. The game is up, Arjun. I have recorded you actually running the scams. Okay, not only do you get money from pop-ups, but then several months later you phone back up those victims and you say that they've got more problems so that you can get more money out of them. True or false?
That is false, sir.
That is false. Okay, well, we'll just see with my recording of you doing exactly that. You also send out a lot of emails as well, don't you? Arjun, I know exactly how your scams work. You know that.
Okay, thank you for calling, sir.
You're not thanking me at all, are you?
Sorry?
You just said thank you, whereas I'm confronting you with your scams and you're just running off. You can't face it whenever you've been called out as a scammer.
There are many people, sir. We are
Yes,
just doing a very
there are at
small
least
business.
10 and they all give fake names just like you. Robin, Alex,
we are
Daniel,
very
Kevin
small.
Parker.
We are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all of your colleagues as well. They're all in different cities too. You're quite well spread out, aren't you, Arjun? Or Dallop. Dallop is Kevin Parker. So how do you know Dallop? You've gone very quiet, Arjun.
Thank you for calling, sir. You
Is
have
that
a
all
great
you
day.
can say? Just thank you for calling. You can't even answer a simple question, no?
Bye-bye.
The game is up. So I don't really know if this will stop Arjun, Jimmet and colleagues from doing their scams in the future, but I'd like to hope that this will scare them off at least for the time being. If you want to support me in my quest against scammers, I have a Patreon channel, the link is on screen. I'm also on Twitter at JimBrowning11, but even watching the videos and spreading the word about scams will help everyone.